Okay, posers. So listen, this video is against anyone who is against central banking, conspiracy theorists, libertarians, anyone in general who hates central banking. Let me tell you right now, Ben Bernanke and Janet Yellen, who's going to take over for him pretty soon, are amazing. Okay, without them, how would we have avoided the financial collapse in 2008? Okay, Ben Bernanke literally saved the day, and some of you hate the Fed. I don't really understand. Okay, more importantly, I can't stand some of you people. I really can't. What I'm going to do is going to take one of your favorite, you conspiracy theorists and you libertarians, Ron Paul, who else? Robert Kiyosaki and all these other lame people, bunch of freaking posers who've read, you guessed it, The Creature from Jekyll Island. Okay? Listen, I read this book. It's like 600 pages of nonsense. Okay? The Fed was created in 1907. There was a panic. We wanted to stop it. We created the Fed. There's never been a panic ever since. It keeps us safe. It stabilizes the currency. The recessions we go through are much more mild than they were back in the 1800s. It's a good thing. You guys are nuts, okay? Now I'm going to read from, what chapter is this? A Pessimistic Scenario, chapter 25, okay? I'm going to read one of the most ridiculous passages you could imagine from The Creature of Jekyll, from Jekyll Island. It's entitled, The Rise of Revolutionary Movements. Economic despair is fertile ground for the seeds of revolution. And then, of course, he mentions Hitler, Mussolini, Mao in China, Lenin in Russia, and that's how you make revolution happen. Okay, yeah. He mentions Hitler, so right there, you know he's just being dramatic. Anyway, it says, it has now been 3 years. This is a pessimistic scenario, okay? Created by the Fed, of course, the bad guys. It has now been 3 years since that fateful run on the banks in New York, and hyperinflation has not abated, even with the introduction of the Bancor, which is going to be, JMK, John Maynard Keynes, not me. John Maynard Keynes created the Bancor. The concept for it, at least. Now we're witnessing massive public demonstrations in every major city because it's a bad economic situation, which isn't going to happen. For higher wages, more jobs, larger government benefits, and more stringent price controls. Since there are practically no goods in the stores at any price, the demonstrators are also calling for higher output from government factories. Now, that would be good, because the government is the best operator and the best producer of goods. And everybody knows that, okay? That's why we're going that way in America, because that is progress. But of course, they recommend that as a bad thing. And then they say, we hate America. Okay? Now, the demonstrations have been organized by radical, just like the Occupy people were radicals. That's why we got pepper sprayed by Tony Baloney. Organized by radical organizations advocating the overthrow of the decadent capitalist system, which it is. I mean, I have an iPhone, but still, you know what I mean, right? So lame. Why does the 1% have so much more than everybody else? And the enthronement of socialism in its place. Socialism is good. I don't see why they think socialism is fairness. You don't like fair. Okay, socialism and fairness are the same thing. You don't like fairness? How can you not like fairness? The participants in the street do not understand the words they chant. I'm sure they do, actually, because it was called Occupy, and they got a lot done. I was there, okay? And they are unaware that capitalism has been dead in America for years, and that it is socialism they already have. Are you kidding me? Edward G. Griffith, whatever your name is, something, G. Edward Griffith, Griffin, something. I really don't even care anymore. Like, it's not even worth reading. We have a capitalist system hell-bent on basically destroying the poor and only caring about the rich. If we had socialism, we would have fairness. Why is it that the 1% of the 1% has everything in America, and yet everyone else is suffering? And then they get to be called moochas when they're on welfare. That's BS. So I need you to explain that to me, conspiracy theorists, libertarians, anti-central banking people, whoever you are. Who do you think you are thinking that socialism is unfair or that capitalism is fair? I need you to get back to me, explain that to me. Progressivism is the wave of the future. We will fight you tooth and nail. Get back to me, because if you debate me, I will destroy you.